Simon, have you seen my calculator?
It's on the coffee table.
What coffee table?
Under the paper?
Of course, under the paper.
Dad, you're making a mess.
Me? You're the one that's got my morning paper looking like a derelict's doona.
Look, will you stop? I'm looking for a job and I'm trying to keep these in order.
Hang on, you've circled every second ad here.
No, I'm keeping my options open.
What's this, a swimming pool consultant?
Why not?
Oh, you don't know anything about swimming pools?
I can swim.
Oh, great. I suppose you think you're going to pay your money to splash around a pool all day saying, I found the deep end.
But it says vehicle supplied.
Yeah, it's probably a rowboat. What's this, a retail exchange control interface officer?
Oh, I rang about that one.
What was it?
Bouncer on the complaints counter at Kmart. I was overqualified.
And you're going to call all these?
Yeah.
Well, hope you do get a job, Simon.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
You'll need the money to pay the phone bill.
Hey, here's a job we could do together, Simon. One to drive us for pizza home delivery service. Reliable car essential.
Well, we could use the Volkswagen.
Oh, great idea. That thing breaks down all the time.
So?
Well, I can see it now. The Volkswagen on the side of the road with 20 kilos of mozzarella cheese slowly congealing on the back seat. Where would you be then?
In heaven.
Oh, hi there. Listen, are you going to be in for dinner tonight?
Oh, you bet. What are we having?
Gee, I didn't see your lips move. You must be a ventriloquist.
It was me, Mr. Kelly.
That must be your dummy.
I'm going out with Andy.
Again, this must be getting really serious.
Yeah, how long has it been? 5 weeks you've been going out with him now?
6 weeks.
6 weeks?
5 days, 13 hours, and 24 minutes. He will take a heartbeat or two.
I'm sick.
This could be the longest romance in history. You might even make it into the Mills and Boon Book of Records.
Oh, it's so romantic. With one bound, Andy was by her side.
What?
His lips trembling for hers.
What are you doing?
He cried
Simon!
as he stuck his tongue tenderly in her ear and said,
Stop it! You're tripping on my shirt!
Simon, you really do have style, you know, and of course that indefinable animal magnetism.
What, you mean I bring out the beast in women?
No, it attracts flies.
Yes, I understand, Mr. Loomis. Yeah, whenever you can. All right, bye, Mr. Loomis.
Loomis? Isn't that guy that hasn't paid us for the last 3 months?
Yeah, he says he's sorry, but he's a bit poor at the moment.
Poor? The guy's rolling in it. I heard he just paid cash for a new Jaguar.
Did he? I hope he's got a big backyard for it to play in.
Betty, it's not that kind.
Remember, Dad's friend Alf Costa had a big pig dog called Woozy. And he used to chain it to the front veranda, and he never let it play around. And one day, it took his leg off.
What? Just bit it right off?
No, it took it off the hills hoist in the backyard.
What?
Well, see, he just finished Esther polling it.
What? It was a wooden leg?
Well, of course it was, silly. I mean, if you Esther polled a real leg, it'd stick to your socks. Anyway, Alf was trying to keep the flies away while it dried, and the dog thought he was attacking him, and he took his leg off.
Betty, when they handed out the brains, I think yours were crumbed and fried. Anyway, what did you say to Loomis?
Oh, I told him he could pay whenever he wants to.
Oh, what did you do that for?
Well, when he told me all about his operation...
Operation? Betty, the only operation that Loomis would have would be a shady one. Now, listen, Betty, you've got to stop being soft on these people.
Oh, Mr. Kelly...
No, Betty, look, you've got to understand that Loomis and his crowd are frauds, charlatans, purveyors of untruths. They're cheap con men who'll take advantage of somebody who's stupendously good-natured as you.
They're figures.
The very word I was looking for. Now, look, Betty, from now on, you can be vice president in charge of debt recovery. Ring him up and get heavy.
Oh, I don't know, Mr. Kelly. I'm not good at being tough on the phone.
Well, let me put it this way. If I don't get paid, you don't get paid.
Oh.
Yes, we need that money. We're in the middle of a liquidity crisis.
Why do people always say liquidity when they mean money?
Because without the money, we're up the creek and it drives me to drink.
Dad, can I borrow the Volvo?
Yeah, sure, Simon. How long do you want it for?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Well, I found a job.
Where? In Darwin?
No, as a computer software salesman.
You don't know anything about computers.
Well, that's why I need the car. They're going to train me on the job, and I need a reliable vehicle.
Well, can't you take the Volkswagen?
I need a reliable vehicle.
Well, Jenny and I can fix it.
Shut up, Nudge.
No, Nudge, keep talking.
He's right, it'd be easy.
Oh, come on, Jen. What do you know about V-dubs?
More than you do, Simon.
Like what?
Like they've got the engine in the back,
Yeah, well,
See, you'd still be looking under the front bonnet if I hadn't told you.
Who's got you there, Simon?
Well, whose side are you on?
I rest my case.
Oh, don't worry about it. Jenny can be my apprentice. We'll make a great team. I'll teach you everything I know.
Should be a short lesson. Oh, what was that for?
No reason.
Ah, and what's brought on this sudden attack of daughterly affection?
Oh, come on, Dad. I'm always nice to you.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I do detect a certain vacant, starry-eyed, walking into walls quality about you.
Do you?
Yes. Wouldn't happen to have anything to do with one Andy Harrison, would it?
Oh, it's possible. You know, Dad, I think that we're really meant to be together.
Gee, this is heavy stuff, Deb. Have you two talked about this?
Oh, we don't have to. You know, when two people are in love, they don't need to talk about these things.
Oh, I'm sorry, Deb. That's exactly the time they do need to talk about it.
What do you mean?
Well, you can't always know what someone else is thinking.
Oh, I think I do. I think he's going to ask the big one on Saturday night.
What big one?
You know, the will you big one.
The will you what big one?
You know, will you?
What?
Not that one.
What?
Don't you got a dirty mind sometimes?
Well, I'm your father. I'm supposed to have a dirty mind.
Will you marry me question?
Oh, that's a relief. Wait a minute, what am I saying? No, it's not. Deb, don't you think you're a bit too young?
No, you and Mum were teenagers when you got married.
Well, that was different.
Why?
Well, we loved each other.
Oh, I love Andy very much, and he loves me.
No, look, Deb.
No, Dad, you're just angry because he didn't ask you first.
Well, I don't want to marry.
With your permission. Anyway, I don't want to argue about it.
I'm not arguing.
Well, then stop yelling.
I'm not yelling. Yes, I am yelling. Well, fathers have to yell.
Why?
Because if they don't, they'll go mad.
Look, Dad, I just thought you might be happy for me, that's all.
Well, look, Deb, I am. I think I am. Look, Deb, you've got to give me some time. I mean, this is all happening so fast. You know, all this talk about you falling in love and wanting to get married makes me realise how much you've changed.
From what?
From when you were 6. Then you wanted to be the flying nun.
That's Andy.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
G'day, Mr. Kelly.
G'day, Andy. Grab a seat.
So, who's my other favourite girl tonight?
Hi, Andy.
Hi there, gorgeous. You're gonna make your sister jealous if you keep on treating me this way.
Oh, I think I can handle it.
Have you made any more ads lately?
Well, we just finished making some more of those singing cat commercials.
Oh, wow.
Except this time, they're gonna be juggling mice and tap dancing as well.
Yeah, sure.
Wait and see.
Can you get me into an ad?
Jenny, don't you have some homework to do?
It can wait.
No, it can't. Off you go, miss.
Yeah.
Bye, Andy.
Bye-bye. And I'll speak to an agent friend of mine for you. Leave it to me.
Excellent.
Actually, we should get going too. I'll just go get my bag.
So, Andy, would you like a cup of coffee?
I think I've got that.
Yeah, is it hot enough?
Fine.
Fine, right. Good. Excellent.
Is there something you want to say?
Yes, Andy, actually, there is. Look, I know Deb seems like a mature young
Hang
woman,
on, Mr. Kelly. I think I know where you're heading. I'm 24, she's 17. That's a big age difference.
Yes, well...
Well, I realise that. But Debbie's a very special girl.
Yes, I know she is, and I wouldn't like to see her
Get hurt. That's the last thing in the world I'd want to do.
Yes. Well, well, I'm not implying that you would...
Mr. Kelly, look, you don't have to explain to me. You're concerned because you're her father. You're supposed to worry.
Yes, well, believe me, I
Well,
do.
I want you to realise she's in safe hands. And I appreciate you being so open with me. Ah, makes me feel like one of the family.
I wish you hadn't said that.
Okay, time to go.
Okay, Mr. Kelly.
Okay.
See you later.
See ya. What time do you think you'll be home?
Dad?
Don't worry. Look, I'll have her back, by Tuesday.
I am flush with success, Mr. Kelly.
Why, you've been gargling Harpic again.
Contrary. I have a surprise for you. Mr. Loomis promised to settle his account today.
Oh, good for you, Betty. I knew you could get tough when you had to.
Yeah, well, I told him if he didn't pay up, I'd get the exterminators onto him.
You mean the investigators?
No, the exterminators are a Walter bikie gang.
I didn't know there was a bikie gang in what?
Oh, well, it's not really a gang. There's only 3 of them, and 2 of them ride BMXs. They are really rough.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they are the toughest kids at Walga Primary.
Well, I bet that shook Loomis to the very core.
It must have. Look, this parcel just came from him.
A parcel? He must have sent cash. Quick, open it up. It's the last thing I expected to get from old monkey-faced Loomis. A great big fistful of...
Banana.
Banana? Banana?
Oh, he sent us a banana.
I know it's a banana. I can see it's a banana. What I want to know is why is it a banana?
It's got some writing on it.
Oh, yeah, what does it say? To Tarzan with love from Jane.
No, he's written a check on it. It's crossed and everything. It's a non-negotiable banana.
Oh. Great. That means I can't cash it at the greengrocer's.
Look, and there's a note with it, too.
Oh, yeah, let me see. Here's your money, Kelly. You know where you can stick it.
Do you think he means in a bank?
No, and I don't think he means in a fruit salad either. Great. What am I supposed to do with it? It's all your fault, Betty.
My fault?
Yes, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be standing here holding the world's most expensive banana.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Kelly. I'll take it down to the bank right away.
Betty, it's 5 o'clock. The bank is closed.
Oh, well, I'll take it down on Monday, then.
Well, what am I supposed to do with it till then? I can't wander around with it in my wallet all weekend.
Oh, I know. I'll stick it in the fridge.
No, it'll go all black and squishy.
Not if I rub it with lemon juice and wrap it in plastic and put a little sign on it saying, do not touch.
Oh, all right. But even if we do get it to the bank, I don't think they'll accept it.
Well, of course they will. It's perfectly legal tender.
Oh, how would you know? I bet you've never got a cheque written on a banana before.
No, but my father once got one written on a pig.
Had the bank accepted it?
They had to.
Well, how did they deposit a pig?
Well, it's easy. They just kept it in the manager's office for 10 days until it cleared.
So, there were no problems?
No.
Oh.
Except they closed down the bank for a week after that.
What for?
Till the air cleared.
Hi, Jen.
Hello.
Oh, just a minute. I thought you were helping Nudge with the Volkswagen.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Hang on. There's something not quite right.
What do you mean?
You're spotless. I thought it was the apprentice's job to do all the dirty work.
Yeah, it is.
So, where's all the grease and grime?
Hey, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, my God, it's Kamal.
Why are people so unkind?
Look, Nudge, is the car ready?
No, I think you better speak to the boss.
Huh?
Sorry, I'm having labour problems. Good help is so hard to find.
Well, what am I going to do? I've got a seminar first thing in the morning.
Oh, what's the use? All right, Simon, take the Volvo.
Oh, thanks, Dad. You're a lifesaver.
So, you two, what brought on the workers' revolution?
Well, I realised it was pretty pointless trying to teach everything you know to somebody who already knows more than you do.
And how did you gain all this technical expertise, miss?
Well, it's logical when you think about it. Cars are simple to understand for the same reason that they break down all the time.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
They were designed by men.
Oh, so hi, Simon. How'd your day go?
Oh, not bad. Dad, can I have a word with you?
Yeah, sure. Fire away.
In private?
Yeah, sure. Go on through to the kitchen. Where do you think you're going?
To the kitchen with you.
Jenny, I said this was private.
Yeah, no, that's why I want to come. There's no point in me hearing something I already know.
Room. Now, go.
Right. Well, don't blame me if I grow up ignorant. You guys never let me hear any of the good stuff.
Go. Okay, Simon, what's the problem?
Well, Dad, I don't know how to say this.
You pranked the car.
No, it's worse than that.
You pranked it twice.
It's Andy.
Andy pranked the car.
Come on, Dad, I'm trying to be serious.
All right, I'm sorry. What about Andy?
He's married.
What? What are you talking about? How can he be married?
He's married and he's got 2 little kids.
Look, Simon, if this is some kind of joke...
Dad, I only wish it was. Look, I was at the sales training course and I saw him there.
Well, what did he say?
He didn't say anything. He saw me and he took off like a startled rabbit.
Well, maybe you wanted to get back to the advertising agency in a hurry.
Dad, he's not in advertising. He never was. He's a salesman. He sells kitchen appliances. I mean, he's been doing sales courses for 2 years. I asked around and a lot of people there know about him.
But why did he sell
before? He takes up with a young girl like Deb and impresses her with a whole pack of lies and then dumps her and goes back to his wife and kids.
Oh, kill him. If he steps through that door now, I will happily kill him.
Well, you'll have to get in front of me. Dad, how am I going to tell Debbie?
Oh, no, Simon, you don't have to tell her. I'll tell her.
Oh, come on, that's not fair on you.
Well, fair's got nothing to do with it. Simon, when you're a parent, this kind of thing goes with the territory.
Hi there, you two. How do I look? You think this dress will do the trick? I'm trying to impress my man.
Debbie,
No, it's all right, Simon. I'll do it. Look, Deb.
Hey, why the long faces? Come on, I don't want anyone to be unhappy tonight. This is going to be a great night for me. Come on, Simon, let's see a smile. I've only got half an hour to tee you up before Andy arrives.
Look, Deb, I don't think he's going to arrive.
Why? What's happened? He hasn't had an accident, has he?
No, he hasn't had an accident yet. He's all right.
Oh, well, that's all right then. Uh-huh, you had me worried for a minute there.
Yeah, look, Deb, can you just sit down and be quiet and listen for a second? I want to talk to you about something.
What about?
Andy.
Great, my favourite subject. What are you talking about? I don't believe this. How can you say such a thing about Andy? I mean, he's not like that at all.
I saw him. I spoke to people there.
Well, then they're lying. You're lying. Why can't you see, Dad? It's Simon. He's always going to spoil things for me. He always does.
It's not true, Debbie. I wouldn't do that to you.
Well, then why are you doing it? Why are you going to tell me?
Look, Deb, we had to tell you because you have to know.
No, I don't want to know. It's not fair.
Deb, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, Dad.
Look, I'm sorry, darling. So's Simon. We knew it was going to upset you, but you had to know.
I suppose I owe Simon an apology.
No, he knew you were upset. He knew you didn't mean those things.
It's just that nothing like this has ever happened to me before. It really hurts, Dad.
I know it does, darling. And it really hurts me because I can see you hurting and I can't do anything to help the pain.
Why did he do it, Dad? Why did he say all those things? Why did he have to lie?
I don't know, Deb. Look, all I can tell you is that there are people in the world who are like that. You know, maybe they can't face their own lives. That's why they have to make up lies.
But why?
Deb, there are some things in life that just don't have an explanation. That's why I feel so helpless. It just happens, that's all. All I can do is be here if you need me.
Thanks, Dad.
How's Debbie, Dad?
Well, she's still upset, but she'll be all right.
I'm Mr. Kelly.
Nudge, what are you eating?
Banana, Mr. Kelly.
Don't swallow! Don't swallow!
I'll bring it back now.
You can if you try. Oh, man, he swallowed my check! There was a check written on the skin of that banana.
We didn't eat the skin.
No, of course not. You did you?
No, I don't think so. No, I put it in the kitchen tidy.
Great. Nudge. No, I couldn't. It's empty. Somebody put the garbage out. All right, who obeyed me?
I did, Dad.
What did you do that for?
To make you proud of me. You're always telling me to take the garbage out, so I did. Aren't you proud of me?
Why did you pick today to make me proud of you?
Because the garbage men were coming.
The garbage men. The garbage men were coming? What time did they come?
You just called them.
Right, Nudge, come in here.
What's up, Mr. Kelly?
We're going to get that banana skin back if you have to eat your way through an entire garbage truck.
That's a box I can fix. Nudge, how about breakfast?
Yeah. Your father isn't around anywhere, is he, Jen?
Nowhere in sight. Is he still mad about the banana?
Yeah, we went right through the garbage truck, but we couldn't find it. Yeah, but I found some other interesting stuff, though.
Such as?
Oh, half a pair of good thongs and a pineapple that wasn't in bad nick. Don't know why anyone would have thrown it out. It was only brown in one spot.
Oh, well, Dad may not be too happy with you, but at least Simon was pleased when he drove up in the Volkswagen.
Yeah.
You know, we should go into business. We make quite a team.
Oh, you're right, Jen. I mean, I fixed the muffler and you did the brakes.
I did the tuning and you changed the oil.
Yeah, and I fixed the bumper bar and you put the wheel nuts back on.
No, I did the wipers and you put the wheel nuts back on.
No, you... Oh, Jenny, I think we're in trouble.
No, we're not. We're dead.
Simon, what are you doing back so early?
All the wheels fell off the Volkswagen
No kidding.
and rolled into a stormwater drain.
How about that, eh?
And I could only find 3 of them.
Customer inquiry. You handle it, boss.
Now, Simon, you just can't come in here accusing us of shoddy work. I mean, who do you think you are anyway?
Nudge, I'm your worst nightmare.
Morning, Mr. Kelly. I'm sorry I'm late.
That's all right, Betty. You're fired and I hate you.
What do you mean?
The banana. Remember? You said you were going to rub it with lemon juice, wrap it in plastic and put it in the fridge.
Well, I did.
No, you didn't. Turned all black and Nudge ate it.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. I saw it go down. It's horrible. You know you can't leave food around that boy.
I know. That's why I put it in the refrigerator.
You thought he wouldn't look for food in the fridge?
No, I thought he wouldn't look for food in my fridge.
Your fridge? You put it in your fridge?
Of course. You don't think I'm stupid enough to leave it here, do you?
So it was still legible?
Yes, and I banged it this morning.
Oh, Betty, you know how I said you were fired and I hate you?
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry. You were hired and you're hired.
And I even dropped off the receipt to Mr. Loomis.
Yes, I don't know why you went out of your way for it.
Well, I don't want to leave it too long.
What do you mean?
Well, he wrote us a cheque on a banana, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote a receipt on a fish.
Oh.
One that reminded me most of Mr. Loomis.
A shark.
A flathead.
What did he say?
Nothing. I put it through the slot in the front door.
Oh, well, I hope he gets the joke.
Yeah, it might take him a while.
Yes, he's not renowned for his sense of humour.
No. And he's also gone to Queensland for 2 weeks.
The show is recorded in front of a live audience. Hey Dad is a Gary Riley production for the Australian Television Network. Oh, Simon, what's wrong? Why are you home so early?
How's work?
Oh, not so good.
What not so good?
I got fired.
Well, I told you you weren't cut out to be a garbage man.
Well, I did my best to fit in.
Fit in? Simon, yesterday you went to work in a suit.
Yeah. It wasn't completely formal. I wore my joggers.
Speaking of joggers, has someone left a pair of old sneakers around here? Debbie?
No, of course not. Anyways, what happened?
Oh, Lou, you know, who drives the truck, said I wasn't getting the hang of things.
What is there to get the hang of?
There's a lot, Dad. This morning, Lou made me thump her.
Bumper? You mean that cute little bunny from Bambi? Oh, I can just see.
I have to thump the side of the truck so Lou knows when to drive on.
Thumping, a great career path. So, what went wrong?
Oh, Lou said I wasn't thumping loud enough. Nobody could hear me but him.
Well, who else had to hear you?
Lou says if a thumper's doing his job properly, the whole suburb should hear him. It's his responsibility to leave everyone wide awake.
Simon, I can't understand why you have to wake everybody up.
Because it's the rule. So you get your Christmas presents.
It's hush money, Dad.
I just couldn't seem to make enough noise. Whenever I put the lids back on the bins, they just didn't seem to crash loudly enough. I mean, could I help it if I got all the plastic bins?
I can't believe you got fired just for not making enough noise.
No, well, it wasn't exactly that. They put me on catching and I missed one little bit.
So a little garbage went over the footpath.
No, a lot of garbage ran over Lou. I didn't see him get out of the truck. He was standing behind me.
What is it? What are you all laughing at?
Oh, I don't think I could go through it all again.
Oh, it was just something silly that happened to Simon.
Yeah, Jen, you had to be here from the beginning to hear the whole story.
Oh, rats, you guys never tell me anything.
Jenny, have you left a pair of your old gym socks around here somewhere?
Of course not. You always blame me for everything.
Oh, I can smell something.
G'day, everyone. Hey, how'd the job go, Simon?
He got fired.
Oh, that's a pity, Simon. You certainly look the part. Oh, you smell the part, too.
Is that what it is? Simon, go and take a shower.
I've always said that about Simon. He's really got an air about him.
Betty, is that you?
Oh, of course it's me, Mr. Gilly. Who else would it be?
But it's only 8 o'clock.
No, that can't be right.
It certainly is. You're an hour early. What happened? Come on, Betty. What happened this morning? Concentrate. No earthquakes? No terrorist attacks? Perhaps a little man in a passing spaceship stuck his head out and asked you the way to the airport.
No, but that's a good one, Mr. Gilly. Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
Well, I'm sorry I'm not late then.
Oh, Betty, don't apologise. You know, after all this time you're getting it right, all we got to do now is figure out how you did it.
Did what?
Got here early.
But I'm not early, Mr. Kelly. You're late.
No, Betty, it's only 8:05.
No, it's not. It's 9:05.
Oh, that's what's happened. Your watch must have stopped last night at 9:05.
No, it's still going.
What, it's had a power surge, has it? The battery gone crazy?
Mickey Mouse doesn't work on batteries.
Betty, get a proper watch.
But Mickey's still ticking away. I can hear him.
Yes, and I can hear the echo. Oh, Betty, something different must have happened this morning. Something happened to confuse you. What am I saying?
Well, there was one thing.
All right, out with it.
Well, I just found out that daylight saving has ended.
Betty, daylight saving finished 3 months ago.
Yeah, well, I only found out this morning, so I put my clocks forward 1 hour.
Oh, is that what happened? Hang on. When daylight saving finishes, you put your clock back. When it starts, you put it forward.
Yeah, oh, well, I didn't do that. I didn't put it forward.
What?
Well, see, I never do. See, in the country, we don't do daylight saving time, we do cow time.
Cow time.
Yeah, that's when the cows line up for the barn.
Just let me get this straight, Betty. You spent the entire summer an hour behind the rest of the state, except for the cows.
Yeah, well, I knew I was doing something wrong, but I thought that if I waited long enough, I'd find out what it was.
But you must have been late for everything.
Yeah, well, it didn't make much difference, because if I was late for the pictures, I would only just miss the trailer for what was coming next week, and then the next week I'd miss it for the next week, and then the week after that, and then the next month, and then the next year.
Yeah, I get the idea.
And then if I went to church late, I'd only miss the sermon and the collection.
Yes, but if you kept on getting to work late, you'd eventually miss payday.
How's that, Mr. Kelly?
I would have fired you. Now, come here. We'll synchronise our watches. Australian Eastern Standard Time is 8:10.
Right. So Mickey's little hand will be on...
8.
8. And his big hand on 10.
2. On a watch dial, 2 is also 10.
Oh, no wonder people get it wrong.
Now, Betty, listen, now that we've got you from cow time to Mickey Mouse time to Eastern Standard Time, I want you to explain something to me.
I'll do my best.
Right, well, I know why you were late all through summer, because you were working on cow time. And I know why you're early this morning, because you're working on Mickey Mouse time.
Yes, Mr. Kelly?
Yes, well, daylight saving ended 3 months ago, and that means you should have been exactly on time for the last 3 months.
First day, I was crossing Parkley Street, and this little man stuck his head out of a spaceship and asked me
You still can't get a job?
No, I answered 3 advertisements this morning, but no luck.
Simon, I was watching that.
Too old for Sesame Street, Jenny.
No, I'm not.
I'm too old for Sesame Street.
That's not fair.
So what are you going to do?
I've already done it. This afternoon I went into business.
Oh, yeah? Doing what?
Sand mining.
Simon, you need a lot of equipment for something like that.
Oh, no, all you need is a metal detector, a pair of earphones. You can hire those, you know. Been working at the beach all afternoon.
Yeah, what are you hoping to find?
I don't know. Some people find precious metals and jewels. People drop all sorts of things in the sand.
Yeah, we're not in winter.
That's where you're wrong, Deb. Look.
Yuck. Is there much of a market for food? No, believe me, Jenny, you don't want to see this.
Oh, that's nobody ever shows me anything.
Don't you touch that channel.
Well, you're not looking at it.
Well, we are now.
That's not fair.
Hey, everyone. Hey, Simon, how'd the job hunting go?
Oh, not good, mate.
Yeah, he spent most of his afternoon scavenging on the beach.
Oh, yeah? Find anything good?
Not unless you got serious dental problems.
Hey, I've got a good idea.
Anything to do with food?
Well, now that you mention it.
Jenny, don't even think about it.
So, what's the great idea?
Simon could come back to the golf course.
Nudge, lose the teeth. They're disgusting.
The golf course? Is that the best you could come up with?
Yeah, think about it. Ah! The work's easy and the boss is great.
Ben is a good boss. He's kind, understanding. Actually, he's a real pussycat. He's a maniac! He's a slave driver! I'll never work for that fiend again!
What's the matter? The boss got on a power binge.
You can say that again, oh, Debbie. You would not believe the day I've had with that Hitler!
A bit tough, was it?
Tough isn't the word for it. Mow that green, lift that rail.
Get a little drunk and land in jail?
It's no joke, Deb. You know, I don't think I can stand any more of this.
Oh, I thought you said Ben was a pussycat.
Ben is a pussycat. He wouldn't treat anyone like that. But it's not Ben I'm working for.
Who are you working for?
If I tell you, you'll never believe it.
Try me.
Hello, Deborah. Simon, I'll have one of those cool drinks too. You can bring it on through. I'll be in the living room.
Did you hear that?
I think I can see what's happened.
It's a disaster. Nudge is my boss. I think I'm gonna kill him.
But Nudge, I mean, I don't believe it. He's your friend.
Believe it, Debbie. Nudge has turned into a power-crazed sadist.
Simon, where's that drink?
I don't want to miss a moment of this.
What's this, a can? Simon, you might make a note. I like my refreshments served in a chilled glass.
Get it yourself?
Oh, that's not fair. Nobody ever does anything for me. Debbie, I was watching that.
Well, you're not now.
That's it. That does it.
Jenny, this is not a good
You
time.
always treat me like a little kid.
You are a little kid.
That's the way it goes. The biggest and the strongest get to choose the channel.
It's not just a television set. You've all got secrets you won't tell me. When I come into a room, you're all laughing, but you won't tell me what's funny. You get drinks for one another, but you won't get one for me.
Not now, Jenny. Simon's got a serious problem.
You've both got a serious problem, Debbie. I saw my lawyer today, and I'm divorcing both of you.
Classics.
Jenny, is that my hairdryer you're using? How many times have I told you not to take my things? Now give it back.
If there is somebody here who is trying to talk to me, I must remind them that legally they are not allowed to have direct conversations with me.
Is Simon around anywhere?
No, he's gone out.
Oh, rats.
What rats? You don't seriously expect him to go anywhere with you.
No, I don't want him to go anywhere. I was going to make him push me all the way to McDonald's in the Volkswagen. Hey, Jen, how's the divorce coming along?
It's okay, but some people are having problems understanding that I'm serious.
Nudge, don't encourage her in this nonsense. It is nonsense, you know, Jenny.
Nudge, tell her that as we are in legal conflict, she's not allowed to have direct conversations with me.
She says...
I heard. Tell her I want my hairdryer back.
She says...
Tell her that it's not for long. But as soon as his divorce comes through, I'm taking her for everything she's got.
She says...
Ask her what the devil she's talking about. How on earth could she take me for everything I've got?
She says...
Tell her that that's what happens in a divorce. Everything gets split down the middle, and I'm getting the hairdryer.
She
Well,
said...
keep this up and I'll split you down the middle.
Didn't you want me to say that?
That's aggravated assault, Debbie.
That's right. Keep up this aggravation and I'll assault you.
Hold on.
What is it?
Am I supposed to be saying all of this?
Oh, butt out, Nudge.
I'll see you in court.
Well, didn't you want me to tell her that?
No, who asked you to stick your beak in anyway?
I thought you did.
But can she really divorce them, Mr. Kelly?
Oh, I don't know, Betty. I wouldn't have thought a child could divorce his parents, but I seem to remember one did.
Yeah, well, it doesn't sound right to me.
Well, I better talk to this idiotic lawyer of Jenny's and sort the whole thing out. Could you get him on the phone, please?
Oh, what's his name?
Considine, I think. Jenny won't show me the divorce papers, but she said he works out of an office in the plaza.
Not Killer Considine.
You've heard of him?
Oh, yeah. Helga says he's a scourge of the neighbourhood. She says he's a great big sewer.
It's not like Helga to use that sort of language.
No. He's always suing people. He's suing Mrs. Radcliffe's cocky.
Oh, is that old bundle of feathers still biting people?
Yeah, well, not since Helga bit him back. No, but he's suing the cocky for indecent language.
I didn't know that cocky swore.
Oh, nobody did till Helga bit him.
Yes, well, could you just get the lawyer, please?
Oh, I just remembered. I can't. It's not allowed.
What's not allowed?
Well, you're not allowed to talk to the other party's solicitor.
Oh, Betty, Jenny's not divorcing me. She's divorcing Simon and Debbie. Oh, what am I saying? I'm starting to sound as silly as Jenny is.
Well, look, why don't I go down to the plaza and just talk to this Mr. Constantine?
Betty, I don't want you going anywhere near him. I don't want you doing anything silly.
Well, there's nothing sillier than a 10-year-old girl divorcing her brother and sister.
Betty, the phone.
Hello? Oh, it's an answering machine. Yes, yes, I know.
Oh, Betty, it can't be you. Hello, this is Martin. Hello, this is Martin Kelly. I'm calling about my daughter, Jenny, and I'm pretty annoyed.
Mr. Kelly, be careful, be diplomatic. Remember, he sues people.
I want to know what kind of shyster lawyer arranges divorces for a 10-year-old girl.
You think that was just a teensy bit undiplomatic?
Jenny's driving me crazy. She wants a lock on a bedroom door. She wanted me to get another intercom so he wouldn't have to talk to her directly. And now she's even insisting on having her meals separately.
Oh, yeah, that'll be the separate living requirements.
Separate living requirements?
Yeah. Oh, well, she'll need to establish that she's living her own separate life, and she'll need a lock-up shelf in the fridge as well.
Yes, well, if she keeps this up, she'll need a very soft cushion to sit on.
Ah, Simon, hey, how'd you feel about a hamburger?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, well, you've been working hard all week. My hamburger with the works then.
Very nice of you, mate.
Bacon, egg, double ketchup. Oh, I'll tell you what, Simon, while you're fetching yours, bring one back for me.
Jackson, I've had enough. You can give orders at the golf course, but that's where it ends. No, I'm not your personal slave.
Oh, that's your final answer, is it?
You're darn right it is.
Well, I must say, Simon, that's very courageous of you.
What?
Well, considering that tomorrow we've got the greens to do.
What do you mean we've got the greens to do?
Well, we have to top dress them, and someone has to spread 3 tons of chicken manure.
You don't care. I'm not going to fetch and carry for you just because you're threatening me with 3 tons of chook poo.
And I see that tomorrow is going to be unseasonably warm.
Hey, tell me about it. The greenhouse effect strikes again.
Not a day for the chook pooer, Simon, is it?
No, my mind is made up. I'm not going to fetch you a hamburger. It's blackmail, and I won't wear it.
If you don't get me that hamburger, you will be wearing it.
All right, I'll go. But I'll get even with you if it's the last thing I do.
Oh, sorry, Simon. Oh, look, I'm having a bad day.
Oh, things are crook all over. It's the chook poo effect.
Sorry, Mr. Kelly, but we've got a problem.
I'm a father, Betty. I've got a million problems.
Yeah, well, this one's a legal problem.
I know I've got a legal problem.
Yeah, well, now you've got 2. I went to see Jenny's lawyer today.
What, you talked to him?
Well...
You did only just talk to him, didn't you, Betty?
Well, a bit more than that, Mr. Kelly.
What more than that?
Well...
You didn't touch him, did you?
No. Touch him, no.
You didn't hit him, did you?
Not him personally, no.
All right, Betty, what happened?
Well, see, I just wanted to bump into him accidentally, like, and I saw him parking his Mercedes.
You didn't attack the Mercedes, did you?
No, not on purpose, no. But I was standing beside it, and I suddenly thought of all the trouble he's causing you, and I sort of lost my equilibrium, my
Equilibrium.
Oh, no, I never take drugs, Mr. Anyway, I just sort of touched his Mercedes, and a bit sort of came away in my hand.
A bit sort of came away.
Yeah, it's just a rear vision mirror.
What did he do?
Oh, nothing. He was furious. He yelled out, "You cut that out, you red-headed vandal!" And I yelled back, "Shame on you for exploiting a 10-year-old girl."
You didn't give him your name, did you? Tell me you left without giving your name. Tell me you left without giving my name.
And I said, "You leave Jenny Kelly, daughter of Martin Kelly, the architect, alone, or I'll be handing you your Mercedes a bit at a time." So, he's suing me?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Betty, you've got to realise that when you're dealing with these people, you are supposed to keep your temper.
Like you did.
Oh, shut up. Now, I'll have to call him and sort this whole thing out, but I will let the calm voice of reason prevail. Oh, hello, Mr. Considine. It's Mr. Kelly calling. Yes, I did leave a message on your answering machine. No, I won't take it back. Well, what kind of a shyster lawyer does arrange divorces for a 10-year-old girl? Oh, really? Okay. Goodbye.
Did the calm voice of reason prevail?
No, Betty, not exactly. Now he's suing me too.
Morning, Dad.
Morning, Jenny. Now, listen, I've cooked your breakfast for you separately this time, but from now on, you'll eat with the others.
Okay, Dad.
Oh, finally come to your senses, have you? Good.
Yeah, well, I need to ask you a favour. I need an advance on my allowance.
Well, you don't deserve it, but how about $1.50?
Well, I need a bit more than that, Dad.
How much more?
Like $500.
$500? That's not an advance on your allowance. That's a down payment on your old age pension.
Yeah, well, I think you wouldn't have to pay my allowance again until I was 32.
Jenny, what makes you think I'm still going to be paying you a weekly allowance when you are 32?
Oh, aren't you?
Oh, gee, stop this nonsense. Now, listen, what do you want $500 for?
To pay my solicitor. He gave me this list.
What's this? QP Considine, solicitor, schedule of costs. Barking dogs, $50. Barking neighbours, $80. Disputes over buried treasure, $100. Jenny, what is this nonsense?
It's the bit at the bottom, Dad.
What's this? Divorces, $500. Jenny, why did you start this nonsense?
Well, I didn't know I had to pay.
Jenny, you haven't got a solicitor, you got your own personal bushranger.
Dad, can I have the $500?
Hi, Dad. Hey, why the long faces?
Legal costs are a killer.
Jenny Solicitor's going to send us a bill for $500.
Relax, Dad. Your troubles are over.
What over? Do you realise what sort of a monster we're dealing with here?
Dad, I asked around at the disco last night and I found out something that just might help. Killer Considine is 11 years old.
What?
Yeah, he's a smart aleck kid who hangs around the plaza. He used to be a busker, but he didn't make any money out of it, so he decided to practice law out of a violin case. He's been giving legal advice to all the kids.
But he's got a proper letterhead, QP Considine, solicitor.
Yeah, well, his father's a lawyer. That's how he stole the letterhead.
You're divorcing your brother and sister with an 11-year-old lawyer.
What do I know about these things? I'm only a kid.
Well, at least the divorce business is settled. You happy now, Dad?
Yeah. I must be. Even my coffee is smiling at me.
I'm glad I'm early, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, I'm glad you're early too, Betty. I hope it doesn't mean that the cows are going to get to the barn an hour late. Early?
Pardon?
Oh, never mind. Listen, Betty, could you call that solicitor for me, please?
You're gonna ring the killer?
Betty, I've got some interesting news for you. The notorious killer Considine is only 11 years old.
Is he? He's very tall for 11, Bud.
No. The man you met was Killer's father, QP Considine. I spoke to him on the phone about 20 minutes ago.
But he's the one who's suing us, Mr. Kelly.
Yes, well, we'll see about that. Could you call him, please? Do you still remember the number?
Oh, it is burned into my brain.
Yes, well, just make sure it's the father's number you're dialing and not the killer's. That vicious little midget has probably got a cellular phone in his violin case.
Dad, there's something I want you to arrange for me.
Don't listen to him, Mr. Kelly. He's just upset.
Hello, Mr. Considine? Oh, it's Martin Kelly calling.
Is that the killer? I'd like to have a word with him.
Hello, Quentin? Martin again, yes.
Quentin?
Oh, you've dealt with the killer, have you? 4 weeks hard labour. Sounds great. Yeah, you can put Jenny down for that, too.
Hey, Dad!
Jenny, your father's selling you off into slavery.
Yeah, kids do drive you mad, don't they? Listen, are you sure parents can't divorce them? Oh, you checked. Well, just before.
Mr. Kelly.
Oh, yes, and you won't be pressing charges against my secretary or myself, will you? Great. Thanks, Quentin. Bye.
Hey, Dad, what's happening?
Well, Jenny, I'll tell you what's happening. You and your friend, the killer, have been sentenced to 4 weeks hard labour sweeping up the plaza after school.
But, Dad...
Oh, look, don't worry about it, Jenny. We'll appeal it. You'll never serve time. I'll get you a good lawyer.
Forget it, Nudge. Jenny's lawyer's violin case is closed.
Great. That means I'm going to have to find another lawyer.
Why? What do you want a lawyer for?
Divorcing Nudge.
The show is recorded in front of a live audience. Hey Dad is a Gary Riley production for the Australian Television Network. Hi, Jan.
What are you doing?
Fixing the front door lock.
Why?
Because it's worn out.
Why?
Because it's old and tired and it's had to work too hard. Just like me, actually.
How did that happen?
What are you asking about, me or the lock?
I know about you. Tell me about the lock.
Oh, well, the lock's been beaten into submission by all the slamming, banging, crashing and thoughtless treatment given to it by you and Debbie and Simon.
It sounds like what's happening to you.
All right, Dad. What are you doing?
He's changing the door lock.
Why?
Because you and Debbie were so rotten to him.
I didn't do a thing.
We told him, didn't we, Dad?
We sure did, Jen. Now, all I got to...
Oh, Mr. Kelly, what are you doing down there?
I'm bleeding, Nudge.
Did I hit you with the front door?
Yes, you did.
Oh, well, it wasn't my fault. I mean, usually when people peek through a keyhole, they do it from the outside.
Nudge, place neck here.
No, I don't think I want to do that, Mr. Kelly.
Damn, he saw through my subtle trap. Now...
What are you doing, Dad?
He's fixing the door lock.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Why? Because you were so rotten to him.
Yeah.
Have I missed something?
Like what?
Like the trial when they found me guilty and I wasn't even here.
Well, Mr. Kelly, I know what it's like to be mistreated by women.
I didn't mistreat him.
That reminds me. How did you go, Nudge?
What do you mean, how did I go?
With Louise last night. How did you go?
Simon, do you have to be so blatantly sexist?
What are you talking about? How'd you go?
I mean, is that all guys ever say after being out on a date? How did you go?
Well, yeah.
Come on, it's not a test drive when you're going out with a person. I mean, do you have any idea of privacy? I mean, do you have to share all the lurid details with everyone?
Now that you put it that way, Debbie. Yeah.
So, Nudge, how did you go?
Jenny, that's disgusting. See, you got her saying it now. That's for me. Hello? Dave? Yeah, terrific. He didn't, did he? Well, how'd you go? No, I didn't mean that. Forget it. Listen, I'll ring you back later.
Anyway, what happened with Louise?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, don't worry about what Debbie says about privacy. We're all friends here. You can speak freely.
Jenny, leave the room.
Hey, Dad.
Don't worry, Mr. Kelly, not much happened.
You did take it to a romantic spot like I told you to.
Not really.
Did you pretend you were yawning and stretching as you worked your arm around his shoulder?
No.
Didn't you even blow on an earlobe and inflame with passion?
Jenny?
I read about it.
Well, I didn't do that either.
You did take her to an expensive romantic restaurant, didn't you?
Yeah.
So what went wrong?
Well, straight after dinner, she went to powder her nose.
Yeah.
And she climbed out the window of the ladies' room and caught a cab home.
I'm sorry, I'm late, Miss Kelly. But it wasn't my fault.
Betty, where the devil have you been? Do you realise how late you are?
But it wasn't my fault. I mean, Mr. Kelly, sometimes I think that you suspect I come late every single day on purpose.
Oh. Perish the thought. Why would I think that? Anyway, why are you late? And don't start with well.
Well...
No. I just bagged you couldn't start with well.
But I've got to. See, I can't talk unless I say well first. It's like my run-up.
I'm sorry, I'll have to do a standing start.
That's not fair.
Well, I'm sorry, that's the way it is.
But well, how come you're allowed to say well?
Because I don't need to use well as a verbal crutch with which to start every sentence I say. I am articulate.
What's that mean?
Means I'm the boss. Now, give me a well-free answer or you can go to your desk and get to work.
Very good.
Betty, why are you hopping?
Well...
Oh. 4 billion people on this planet and you've got to send it to me.
Mr. Kelly, do you or do you not wish to know the reason why I am late?
Go ahead, Betty.
Well... See, I was jogging to work this morning and I had a big lose.
You lost something.
I lost everything. I was picking up speed along Mimosa Straight.
Mimosa Street.
No, Mimosa Straight. I give all the streets racecourse names. It makes it more exciting that way.
You
Is your head all right, Mr. Kelly?
It's fine, thanks, Betty. Go ahead.
Well, see, I was picking up Spedlong Mimosa Street, and I was just coming in at Water Lily Hairpin.
Water Lily Crescent.
Yeah, and just as I was coming up to my braking marks, my right Reebok had a blowout.
Your what had a what?
My Reebok had a blowout. See? The whole tread delaminated.
Yes, of course it did.
Yeah, and that's when I had my big lose. I spun out into Mrs. Wintergarden's ornamental hedge. I wiped out 3 emus and broke the tip off the Aboriginal spear.
Betty, what on earth are you talking about? What planet did you jog from this morning? In the evening, do you go home to the dark side of the moon?
She has her shapes cut into the hedge, you know.
Betty?
Yes, Mr. Kelly?
You know how I asked you a few minutes ago that I wanted the reason for why you were late?
Yes, Mr. Kelly.
Can I change my mind?
Oh, no, I'm nearly finished now.
All right, go ahead.
Well, see, after I got out of the hedge, I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Wintergarden. I didn't mean to break his spear." And she said, "Oh, that's all right, Betty."
Betty?
Yeah, very well. And then I didn't have a spare Reebok, so I had to hop the last half mile to work.
Because you only had one shoe?
No, because I trod on a nail. and that was why I was late. See? Simple, wasn't it?
Simple is as simple does, Betty. Now just hop over your desk and get to work.
Well, Mr. Kelly, seeing as how you mentioned about company cars...
I did not.
No, but you were going to.
Why was I going to?
Because I was going to ask if I could have one.
Why would I buy you a company car?
Because I'm a senior executive.
You're not even a junior executive. You're a secretary.
Why can't I have a company car?
Because I can't afford to buy you one.
Oh. Well, then, why don't you give me a raise? Then I could afford to buy me one.
Nudge. Go home. Hello, Nudge. Hello, testing.
Oh, hello, Mr. Kelly.
Nudge, what are you doing?
Hey, Mr. Kelly, do you find me charming?
No, most of the time I find you eating.
No, seriously, Mr. Kelly, I'm beginning to think I'm a little low in my charm quotient.
Quotient? Gee, that's a big word for you, Nudge.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? What does it mean?
It means your share.
Yeah? Well, that's what I'm not getting. I mean, how can I when every bird I ever go out with dumps me right after dessert?
Nudge, are we talking about your sex life?
Not really. Haven't got one. There's so many things I don't understand, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, hang on. You're not thinking of you and I sitting down having a little chat, are you?
What sort of chat?
Oh, you know, about birds and bees and boys and girls, that sort of thing.
Oh, well, if you want to.
I don't want to.
I mean, I'll try to answer any questions you might have, but I warn you, I'm no expert.
Nudge, what is the matter?
Well, for some reason, Mr. Kelly, girls don't find me attractive.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to develop a Tom Cruise boyish smile that keeps falling down.
Hey, Dad, teacher said you have to sign these.
Oh, what are they, Jenny?
I don't know.
You giving me these forms to sign and you don't know what they are?
Oh, I'm only a little kid, Dad. Who am I to question a teacher? They trained for years to be teachers.
All right, let it go.
Well, what is it?
Oh, it's a permission form for school camp. It says the teacher can allow you to have a general anaesthetic if necessary.
A general anaesthetic? My marks haven't been that bad.
No, Jenny,
I mean,
it's
what sort of a camp is that anyway? You go and they give you a general anaesthetic. I'll probably come with bolts in my neck.
Jenny, how many kids are going?
32.
32 kids and one teacher. If the teacher's got any sense, he'll give himself a general anaesthetic.
Well, what's that one?
Oh, it's just asking if you're allergic to penicillin.
No, am I?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Is this something we should just guess about? I mean, this is my life we're talking about here, Dad.
Jenny.
I mean, why don't you just toss a coin? What happens to people if they are allergic to this stuff?
No, I don't know. Nothing.
Then why are they asking? Why do you have to sign something?
Jenny, it's just a mere formality. You're not allergic to it anyway.
Oh, for all you care, I could turn blue swell and explode.
Jenny, you'll be all right. Trust me.
Hey, Jen,
There's Nudge?
do I look like Tom Cruise?
Not a bit.
No.
Hey, just put your finger in it again. No, you still don't look anything like him.
Well, cheer up, Nudge. Looks aren't everything.
Yeah, I know, Mr. Kelly. I think What I need is more culture.
More culture? Try some culture.
Yeah, I mean, that's why birds are all over Simon all of the time.
Simon, this is my son Simon of whom you speak.
Yeah, I mean, he's got class. He knows that you don't take a bird out to dinner and then when she's halfway through a pavlova say, well, what about it?
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, he talks about art and poetry and literature and the moon and stuff.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, and then he says, well, what about it?
I didn't know that.
And that's definitely the way to go, don't you reckon?
Oh, yeah, you know, top stuff, that culture. I reckon you ought to get some.
Yeah, well, that's what I reckon. That's going to be the new nudge. I'm going to learn all that stuff.
Good on you.
Yeah. When next you see me, you'll see a new nudge. I'll know art. I'll know poetry. I'll have culture with a capital K. Mr. Kelly?
While you're learning all that art and poetry, try and throw in a little spelling.
Dad, you've done it again. That spiced chicken was brilliant.
Thank you. I do my best.
And I must say that my steamed vegetables were superb, Father.
Oh, thank you, Deborah. I'm glad you enjoyed them. And, Jenny, how was your meal tonight?
You opened a tin of baked beans. Do you expect me to leave a tip?
Well, that brought my ego back to earth with a crashing thud, didn't it? Don't ever ask a child for a diplomatic answer.
Oh, good morning. Can I come in?
Elaine, what a pleasant surprise. Of course you can come in. Look, everyone, it's your cousin Elaine. Isn't this nice?
Wonderful.
Terrific.
Hey, Elaine, you can stay in my room.
Terrific, Jen. Oh, it's simple Simon and Dopey Debbie.
I'm gonna kill her.
Get in line.
Isn't she great?
Yeah, she is, Jen. But, Elaine, why didn't you tell us you were coming?
But we did. Didn't Mum call you? She said she was going to. I thought it'd be all right for me to stay with you. I thought you knew. Oh,
Oh, well, it's no problem. Of course you can stay. We'd love to have you, wouldn't we, kids? Stop that. They're only joking. Of course you can stay. Here, Jen, take this to your room.
Elaine, are you allergic to penicillin?
I don't know.
Unreal, same as me.
Good evening, everyone, and well met.
It's Sherlock Holmes.
Where?
You great lump.
Nudge, what on earth is all this get-up?
Don't look now, Nudge, but someone's cut the bottom off your dressing gown.
This, my dear Simon, is not a dressing gown. This is what we artistic sensitive types wear when we're reading artistic sensitive type poetry. It's a smoking jacket.
Well, it's gone out.
Nudge, what is all this?
This is my new cultured look. This is nudge culture.
Nudge culture? Sounds like something that grows on stale bread.
Laugh if you will, my dear Deborah. But my new cultured behaviour will have women falling all over me.
Oh, Nudge, how are things?
See, it's working already. Now watch what happens when I hit her with a little bit of culture. Good evening, my dear. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? And would you like to come out with... May?
Like that? You've got to be kidding.
Oh, must have got part of that wrong.
Oh, there you go, Betty. Here's your coffee.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, what are you doing? Are you looking for another job?
Mr. Kelly.
Oh, can I help? I'll read them out and you write them down.
I'm not looking for another job, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, that's all right, Betty. You don't have to spare my feelings. I can appreciate it if you want to move on to bigger and better things. I can appreciate it if you want to move on to smaller and worse things.
Now, Mr. Kelly.
I can appreciate it if you want to move on to anything.
Mr. Kelly, I'm not looking for another job. I am more than happy with my position as Executive Secretary in this architectural service.
Are you sure?
Of course I am. I am merely looking through the classifieds to find myself a car.
Oh, well, make sure you find yourself an inexpensive one, because I am not giving you a raise.
Oh, but... Oh, here's one. This sounds good.
Oh, what is it?
Valiant Jude, this one won't last.
Well, why buy it?
450 V8 donk, tons of grunt, get in early. This one sounds too good to miss.
Yeah, I can see you grunting off to work every morning with flames pouring out of your donk. Oh, Betty, stop this nonsense. Don't buy anything.
But...
No, Betty, look, in the long run, you'll be better off having a retread on your Reebok. Oh, Elaine, where are you off to?
See you later, Uncle Martin. I'm just on my way out.
Yes, where are you going?
Just out.
Oh, out. Simon and Debbie go there a lot. The only trouble is I don't know where it is.
It doesn't matter, Uncle Martin. I'll be all right.
No, look, I'm sorry, Elaine, but while you're staying here, I feel responsible to your parents. I'd like to know where you're going and who you're going out with.
Yeah, well, I'm going out with Debbie and Simon. They said they'd meet me at the Pizza Hut and we're going on from there to a party.
Oh, well, why didn't you say?
Oh, I thought they would have mentioned it to you.
Right. Well, I'm glad they're looking after you. Oh, look, don't be late, OK? Be in by midnight.
Sure. See you.
Okay, bye. Out. Out. One of these days I'll find out where out really is.
Nudge, will you stop wanting to discuss poetry with me? I'm not in the mood.
Come on, Simon, let's just run through a couple of sonnets one more time. Go on.
Nudge, will you drop this poetry thing?
I'm sorry, Deborah, but since I've discovered the beauty of the English language, I sometimes get the urge to wax lyrical.
I sometimes get the urge to wax my legs, but I don't do it in front of everybody.
Hang on, what are you guys doing here? Where's Elaine?
Elaine? Who knows?
Elaine, who cares?
Yeah.
I thought you liked her.
Well, so did I, but she's a feckless, fickle, faithless female. That's alteration. That's poetic.
It's alliteration and it's bloody awful.
She wouldn't go out with me just because I wanted to compare her to a summer's day.
Nudge, she just can't stand all this poetic rubbish you're carrying on with. For once, I agree with her.
Look, hang on. Elaine said that you guys were meeting her at the Pizza Hut.
It's the first we've heard of it.
Well, where has she got to? I mean, she's just gone... Oh. Hello? Oh, hi. Well, I'm sorry she's not here at the moment, but yes, she is staying here. I thought you knew that. No, she's fine. Yeah, she's perfectly all right. Okay. Yeah, I'll get her to call you as soon as she comes in. No problem at all. Okay, bye.
What was that all about, Dad?
That was Elaine's mother. She wanted to know if we'd seen her. She had no idea where she'd gone.
Dad. Dad, isn't she in yet?
Oh, Deb, no. What time is it?
It's 2:45.
I'll give her 2:45 when she gets here.
Oh, hi, Uncle Martin. Hi, Deb.
Hi, is that all you can say? Come here, miss. Do you have any idea what the time is?
No. It's 2:45. Yeah? You're up late, aren't you?
Don't be so smart, Elaine. This is no time for a girl your age to be coming home.
Oh, come on. I'm often this late at home. Mum doesn't care.
That's another thing. Your mother rang tonight.
Oh.
Yes. Oh, she had no idea you were staying with us. She's been worried sick.
Oh, that'll be the day. She doesn't care anything about me. She doesn't care what I do.
Oh, don't be so damn stupid. She's your mother. Of course she cares.
Well, what would you know about it?
Don't speak to Dad like that.
Debbie.
Drop dead, Debbie. It's got nothing to do with you.
Yes, it has. There's my father there, and nobody talks to him like that. Don't you realise he's been up for the last 6 hours worried sick about you? Worried that something might have happened to you?
Big deal. And what gives him the right to tell me how to live my life?
I'll tell you what gives him the right. He's the one who pays the rent around here and puts the food on the table.
Deb, I think I'm supposed to say this.
No, Dad. No, it's all right. I know this part. He pays the rates, he does the cooking and the cleaning, and strange as it may seem, he actually worries about you because he cares about you. Why, I don't know. And I guess you'll never understand it because you don't care about anyone.
Well, why should I? Nobody ever cared about me before.
Well, Deb, I think you handled that tactfully.
Well, Dad, she was asking for it. I mean, who does she think she is? She comes in here at all hours and talks to you like that? I mean, who does she think she is?
You?
Elaine, can I come in?
Not if you're going to spout poetry at me.
Oh, I decided it isn't really me.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Elaine, what are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm packing. Uncle Martin's sending me home tonight.
No, I don't mean what are you doing now. I mean, why are you carrying on with all this rubbish?
Don't you start on me. What does it matter anyway? Nobody cares what happens to me.
Well, I do.
Yeah, I know you do. Nobody else does.
Well, Mr. Kelly does.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, look, why don't you just stop feeling sorry for yourself?
What? I'm not.
That's exactly what you're doing. Look, other people besides yourself have had a hard life, you know? My home life isn't too fantastic, believe me.
Well, then you should understand how I feel.
No, not when you're taking it out on people who are trying to help you.
Oh, like who?
Like Mr. Kelly. I mean, he's always been terrific to me. He's my friend. If you kick him in the teeth, you're not.
Hutch? I thought you liked me.
I do. But if you thought I was making a fool of myself with all that poetry, you should take a good look at yourself.
Uncle Martin,
Yes, Elaine, what is it?
I just wanted to say that I'm sorry for all the worry I caused you.
That didn't come easy, did it?
No, but I'm glad I said it.
So am I. Come here. Look, I just want you to remember one thing. You may not get on with your mum and you might fight with her a lot, but it doesn't mean she doesn't love you.
You sure?
Oh, Lord, yes. I can't stand my mother, but I still love her.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Neither does my mother. Just give your mum a chance, okay?
Okay.
Right, and look, if things get too tough at home, you're always welcome to come and stay with us any time you like. Just make sure you let somebody know you're coming.
Okay. Thanks, Uncle Martin.
Okay.
Hey, Dad, you better change that form you signed in fast.
What are you talking about, Jenny?
That thing about penicillin, I found out I'm allergic to it after all.
How?
Well, I read how it came from mold on bread.
That's right.
You know, I just went and ate a whole loaf of green moldy bread, and I feel really crook, Dad.
The show is recorded in front of a live audience. Hey Dad is a Gary Riley production for the Australian Television Network.